Hey, Jason. I just discovered your videos, and I can't believe you're 40. I would have thought you were 30. You can look younger on video by adding a 0.1 Gaussian blur. I'm just saying. What? I went to film school. You know, you don't think I'm going to use these tricks? Sometimes I actually don't use these on these videos because I shoot it with my iPhone and there's no Gaussian blur plugin, but on things shot in high def you can do it. Just saying. I got a kind of loaded question for you, or at least it's heavy for me. I was sexually abused at a younger age, so my trust level is very low, very understandable. But I'm 26 now, and I think I should be over it. No. That's not something that you can wait out, right? It's not something that you can just kind of go, oh, I'll just be over it in a couple years. You don't, you have to deal with all of these. Like, I'm 42. I'm 42, and yeah, occasionally I even still have like a little bitterness over all the bullying I got in high school. And you know, I get a little. If you've ever seen my drunken Facebook and Twitter rages when when suddenly the subject of bullying comes up and I start being all mean and I heard from someone that I went to high school with. I've heard twice. I actually got a "Shut Up, Jason" letter from somebody that I went to high school with, and I haven't decided if I'm going to answer it yet or not. The other one was funny because it was one of those form letters saying, "Oh, we're having a high school reunion, and we'd love to blah blah blah. Tell us what you've been doing, and send us a resume or a list of your accomplishments." So I sent him a link to my XTube channel. What? I thought it was funny, and that's what I have been up to, and because I'm sitting there just kind of going, yeah, who's the faggot now? And it's still me, but at least I'm the one who's, I'm not, kind of sitting there, I'm the one who's going, yeah. So, I hope he doesn't open it in front of his kids, but that would be mean, but I thought it was funny. Because it was sort of like, well, here's what I've been doing, I mean, like, fuck, what, don't you have the internet? There you go. But back to this question. Yeah, there's some things that people never get over, but I let it take over all of my relationships with people, exactly, which is why you have to deal with it. You can't just wait it out. How do I get through this? I think I'm a good-looking guy. I am a model, and I always get proposals for sex, and sometimes I do it and sometimes I don't. It took me a while to start loving myself, and now I wouldn't rather be anything but what I am. I'm a huge gay activist in a lot of respects and will continue to be. That's good. For some reason, I can't get past these trust issues of mine. Okay, but these are totally different things. I mean, everybody's got those little things in the back of their mind. Just because I, for some reason, have appointed myself the pornographer with the advice thing doesn't mean that I don't have all of those same. Do you notice that I never let you see me down from here down, and it's because I don't, because I got body issues, and I will always, and it's something that I deal with, and everybody's got those issues, and you can't just sort of go, well, this part of my life is really good, so how come this part isn't? And it's just, it doesn't work like that. You have to, you do have to kind of do a whole lot of personal maintenance and addressing all of those individual issues. You really do. For some reason, I just can't get past all of these issues of mine. I'm on auto mode sometimes, and I immediately think of a guy I meet as only interested in fucking, and since I love sex and it's my drug, I'm even a licensed dealer. I'm not sure what he means by that. I think that's just a joke. But sex is the easy part. Relationship is the difficult part. And how do you think I can get over that? Okay, first of all, that's just everybody, It's easy to fuck. Like, anybody can do that. But actually, trusting someone and letting down your guard. And that's what a real relationship is, people ask me how it's possible for my husband and I to have been together for, 19 years, almost. As if it's something that just kind of happened. And we still have to work at you know, keeping those lines of communication constantly open. We have to talk about everything. We have to be absolutely honest with each other, even when we know it's going to hurt the other one's feelings, or even when we know the other one is going to be angry at us. You've got to learn how to kind of open up the curtain sometimes, and that's it. My suggestion for you is do what I did with my husband, which is we really waited before we, you know, consummated the whole thing. It was like our 5th date before I even invited him in. You know, we went out and we courted and we let it build up and we took our time. And maybe that's what you have to do too, is you have to build up that trust. And, you know, you don't have to necessarily, you know, drop the whole big load on his head immediately. That's really it. Don't let every relationship just turn into an outlet for sex. And I know how easy that is. Get to know a few of them, you know. Get to that point where you can really trust someone. And more than that, it might not be a bad idea for you to actually go talk to a real counselor, not just your favorite pagan pornographer, with the body issues, and the vindictive X2 link sharing tendencies. You know, and actually kind of deal with all of those underlying issues, because clearly it's something that you're going to have to face. And every one of us has those things that we just have to face and learn to own and find their way around. And, you know, it's maybe not necessarily ever going to go away, but as long as you don't carry around any shame with it, as long as you're able to just kind of make your peace with the whole thing, you'll realize when those things are happening to you, and, you know, you get those panic attacks and you're just aware of what's going on and you just kind of ride it out. And you just got to kind of allow it to be part of you. You can't try to push those things away. I'm never going to be able to get rid of my body issues. I'm never going to. So I just have to make them, you know, part of who I am. And you're never going to get rid of these issues completely. You just have to learn how to adapt and accept them as part of yourself. And then they get smaller and smaller and smaller, because it's just kind of something that you walk around with. And something that you have dealt with, and something that you understand is always going to kind of poke up in there. And as long as you're aware that it's happening and you consciously don't let it affect your better judgment, you know, if you meet a really good guy and you want to get to know him better, then get to know him better. And there you go. I don't know if I've even answered this question properly. This is a really difficult one. So my best advice is to get a real counselor who's good with dealing, especially with gay and lesbian issues. That's really important, because some, you know, therapists are fucking idiots. So make sure you get somebody who's, you know, capable of handling that. And good luck. And then you say, keep up the good work. Fuck the status quo, porn rocks. And I say, yeah! Everybody keep asking me questions.